Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well. Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
so first thing is to approve the minutes from before. Who wants to do that? Or who wants to, any questions about the last minutes?
Nope.
No. Okay, all in favor. What do I say again? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Do I have to say who seconded? I always forget what I'm supposed to say. Oh,
That someone can move to approve the minutes, and somebody seconds it, and then all in favor.
I make a motion to approve the last meeting minutes.
I second your motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank y'all. Bang the gavel. Okay, so from December, we talked about Parks and Rec permitting for the town hall. Then the town hall surveys, which we don't have anything new from that, right?
I mean, not that I think Tony was kind of the point for us
Yeah.
to fill us back in. I don't know if,
He didn't give me any information.
Nico, do you know of anything as far as the future assessment and historical studies that were done and just where, it was just sort of last.
Nothing's been presented to us.
Okay.
And then we have, the signage from the town hall, talking about that stuff.
About the, right.
With Jeff Beck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, and I think Tony was going to be
Oh.
taking the point on that too with just the possibilities of the permanent signboard next to Town Hall, the possibilities of it being something that was more uniform and something that was maybe promoting either a town landing page or the town website that then people went to that could see all the list of community events rather than these clunky signs being up and down and up and down and it being vacant half the time. And then people brought up the possibility of it becoming a digital sign within the framework that then, different graphics and announcements could rotate.
It was mainly to keep the gallery open, like, okay, here's when the gallery's open, so it'd be like a gallery open sign, but then also in the meantime, it would have,
Events around town or what's happening.
yeah. Quick little, because I don't know where, it would be there, like people driving by, like, readability and brightness and all that. We don't really know what that takes to.
Well, and I think some select board members had also discussed, using it for announcements when it was vacant. Like I know right now there's Parks and Rec notices up there. So it was just really beginning the discussion of better use, same use and open to the same people for the same uses, but just better use.
It would be great, like when there's a deliberative session or anything like that, because people always say, oh, I didn't know about that.
Right.
But people notice when there's signage. Oh, that's a good idea.
So the last I remember, wasn't Tony going to find out about,
Yeah, I think he had said he was going to look into some price points.
Yes, he was going to, I guess, look at other towns and see what other towns had done, or what they maybe looked like, just so you can kind of see.
Does anybody know any towns that have something like
He had
that?
mentioned that I think the Kittery, they've got a center that's kind of Parks and Rec / theater / and they definitely have a similar older school signboard that they repurposed with a digital
I
sign.
wonder where that is.
The Star Theater there.
Star Theater, you've been there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lana has been in plays there.
Yeah. Lana's been in plays there.
That community center that's there.
Oh, near Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, near Dairy Queen.
turn of the
I like Dairy Queen.
I think
It's that circle, and you go through and it's on the left, yeah.
they have a community fridge there too.
Okay, that'd be nice. Next time I go up to the Architect, I'll go over there and see what's there.
I think Derry also has one.
Okay.
What's the name of the theater there?
Don't know.
Oh, they have something players there. It's like a little bit up on a hill, and then they have one of those too. It looks nice.
Don't
Did you
know.
say like Jeff Beck might have had costs for these things, or, you know?
I don't
know.
that. I don't know.
Let's see. No, it was just like how much we were gonna, or I guess he was gonna research
Okay,
kind of what that was.
so I guess circling back around, we gotta get in touch with Tony and see if has any information.
I think he's busy tonight on Valentine's.
What's that again?
Valentine's, I think his restaurant's pretty busy.
I think with a lot of these things, I mean, this is a
Yeah.
good way of just getting back to where we were. It's been a while, and then maybe we can, people that were already sort of taking the lead on certain subjects can come back to the next meeting ready to get going again.
Now, Tony did send me some grants, but my thought is, are we going to also eventually move into where we're writing grants or looking for grants, and what does that mean as our committee, and how does that look like? So he sent me 3, but I don't really know how, I mean, like what we can do with grants, or because a lot of grants take a lot to put in to write. And so that would mean a lot of extra time for one of our subcommittees. And then what would we use it for? I know one of them was for sure the one for the sidewalks, but I know like that's still in limbo also. So I don't.
Just ask Kristen Murphy, she's the expert at grants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
and
Nico?
And she's,
Well, yeah, but she does it for her committee. So I would reach out to Dave. Dave told me still still the staff. Reach out to Dave.
yep.
And then from there, Dave can work with you or get somebody that can work with you to help out with the grants, because it's incredibly time consuming.
Yeah.
She's just the expert.
Right,
She's very good at it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she did reach out to us and was interested
Yeah.
specifically in the art crosswalks, just because she was familiar with some of the grants and had some other Exeter citizens that reached out to her. How can we get this going? And then she said,
That's not to say
yeah.
she can't help.
Right.
She's got, her hands full.
She's busy. She just knows how to navigate them.
Town
Yeah.
planner, same thing.
But she's very helpful.
The town plan, we've got a number of people, our assistant town manager, there are, several people who have been incredibly successful in getting grants for the town.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know where to start. You've done one before, right?
I've
I mean,
done
You have done
it's,
some.
I mean, it's really just first determining which ones we really want to go after.
To focus
that
on, yeah.
we think we might be able to get, and then investing the time and finding the best people to write them.
It's also getting, I think even before that, are we allowed to do these things in the town,
Well, yeah, I mean, we got the grant for
Sculpture
for
cleanup.
Founders Park, and it was a
Over the
joint
sculpture,
venture, but it was
yeah.
presented.
I'm gonna move this back.
It was
I feel like you're
it was
way over
presented
there.
by Parks and Rec, so we worked in conjunction
That's why I'd start
them.
with Dave, and Dave
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
if it's something that falls under, Kristen or planning, if it's something Melissa, then Dave could, but where he's your, staff member assigned to the committee,
Right.
start with him.
Right.
Because you have been successful in the past, and then ultimately it comes to the select board for the, to approve it.
Okay.
But yeah, get help from staff, because it's very, very time consuming.
Okay.
Is there a time deadline on the one for the
usually
crosswalk
is.
art?
I'm trying to look at that one right now.
Yeah, I was just
Most
gonna
of
say,
those
what,
are
Missed it
deadline.
last
They're
year,
normally
too.
tight.
what
Yeah.
did Tony send? Just give us a sample of what grants he sent information on.
The Bloomberg
Please.
Philanthropy Asphalt Art Initiative. We got this one last year too, but it was way too close to the deadline. But this is an annual one, and we looked at it last year.
Yeah.
Grants. I wish the deadline was right on the email that he sent me, that he forwarded, but it's not.
Can you possibly share this
Yeah.
with us so we can see?
Well, I mean, I can't remember the group, but I'm on the list now. Tony's on the list. That it goes out. So I mean, maybe it's something.
Well, I'm just
we can-
curious what the grants are.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, that way, if everybody on the committee is getting them, then whoever has time to sort of poke through them and identify things that we might want to go after.
Yeah, I don't know why there's not like a, here's the date. It's not obvious at all. Wow. Okay. So I'll forward this grant. I didn't know if he'd send it to everybody. Nope, just to me. Okay.
And Nico, are we fine with something like that? We can forward it to everybody on the
Just can't
committee as long
respond.
as there's
So I
no
was gonna say,
communication?
you can send it to everybody, just don't reply.
Don't
to it.
respond to it, yeah, yeah.
What was that? Just don't reply.
Don't reply.
Yeah, don't reply to it.
Or if you reply, only reply to Melissa. Marissa, listen to me. But not everybody. Just don't reply to everybody.
Okay.
That's
I'm
interesting.
thinking of Melissa.
Oh, it's because we're still looking at last year's. That's what this says. Okay. This is still the 2023, the 2024 one hasn't come out yet. Yeah. So that one's one.
My recollection of where we kind of left it was that we were getting a lot of information, and it sounded like that other people that have done this, they did it, and then who's going to upkeep it?
Yep.
Are they sealed properly so that it's going to stay intact for the next
Yeah.
5 to 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
There have been quite a few places that artists did a lot of time and effort in proposals and painting and doing everything, and then it's gone. Like,
Right.
it just isn't, they didn't use the right materials, or the town didn't seal it, or didn't upkeep it, and you do all that work thinking it's going to be a permanent or semi-permanent piece of art.
Right.
And then it's gone. So I think there's a lot of talk about what paint to use, how to seal it, kind of all those things. But
Right. So, yeah, I think
we-
awesome idea,
if
but
we-
is it worth the time and the resources if we can do something elsewhere that we know?
Or are we okay with it? You know, chalk art is a great thing. People do it all the time, and you're aware that it's not permanent.
Right.
So it could also be, is it worth it to kind of brighten up that side of town and have an event, and, you know, you paint through the night or whatever, however it works.
Right.
And that's a nice way to bring attention to the west side of town, kind of that arts community.
Yep.
And with the awareness that it's not going to stay forever. Like, I think you could go either way. If we found that it was super cost prohibitive to seal it and upkeep it with New Hampshire winters and salt and all that.
Well, and I reached out to 2 different people from DPW, and Jay was the one that responded. He just said we would need select board approval, and then he's like, then you close the road and you would need police fire approval and a detail for the officer. And then he said the reflective acrylic traffic paint would be the paint that we would have to use.
Okay.
So, that's all the information I got from him. But at least that's in November's notes. So, yeah, I don't know what else we would need. What was this other thing he sent? But yeah, I can forward these emails from Tony.
It'd just be interesting to see what the grants are.
This one, cultural facilities grant. Oh, well, that deadline is gone already. That's, I guess, something we can look out for in the future. But yeah, it's from New Hampshire Creative Communities. They're the ones that have all the grants. And this one's for Activist Artist Scholarship. But that is, I guess that's for students. So that's.
I was going to say if it's a scholarship, but
Yeah, that's for
I
students.
don't think we'd apply to that.
No.
So we're down to one.
Yep.
But they release these
All the time.
once a week, once every couple weeks, so they're constantly
That's true.
coming out.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that on there.
So we know the site where to look for these, or?
Yeah, several of us are on the list, but we can start sharing it with the whole committee so that everybody's up to speed.
Wilbur.
Another possibility is what might be a little easier than the crosswalks is more of a mural type thing in that part of town. Obviously, Rose Bryan already has cool murals on her building, but identifying some other spots over there that could add.
We got nixed on the basketball court, right, at the Dino Park?
Yep,
Well, that was just because
they need to repave.
yeah, the pavement was pretty rugged, and we were ready to go, and then Greg was like, smartly,
We're gonna.
no sense in doing this
Place
if,
it.
if we're going to have to repave this in 6 months.
Yeah. Plus, it was sort of, I guess it was seemed fair, like unsafe, for now. I'm sure it's just not very flat. I don't know, do we know if that's been done, or,
It hasn't been done.
I don't
Okay.
think So,
but yeah, so that's one we could do. We have to also get that same kind of paint.
right.
And then we have to price that, because when they sell it, when I went on the website, they don't sell it in gallons, they sell it in like the 5-gallon. Because they expect you to be covering like a tennis court with it and stuff like that. So that kind of paint would need more money. So we would maybe, I don't know if we'd be like a fundraising event or how we would raise money for something like that, but.
I have an inn at the building that's right on the tracks where Anna Chocolate is, and the wall right on the tracks, that would make for a great
That'd be cool.
graffiti, the welcome to Exeter. People are coming in on the train, and the owners are open.
So that's the
to
wall that's
idea.
facing the tracks, right?
Yeah, so if you're coming
Yeah,
into town on 111
yeah.
from Kingston Way, right there, so you'd see it driving into town that way and coming in and leaving on the train. And I know there's definitely a lot of
That'd be
grants
neat.
for those
That'd be
types
cool.
of murals are popping up all over the state.
Kind of a welcome to Exeter thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it Just
That'd be fun.
That would not be a easy task over there.
The location to do the paint.
Well, yeah, right next to the tracks and.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's not when the train's coming. Huh.
But
That'd look nice, though. Be a
That one I
nice
would
thing to
probably
see.
want the community involved in. Not too close to the tracks. But maybe. I don't know how close
What?
it is, actually. I don't really, I just always drive past it.
It's close.
Close.
Yeah.
It's
Very
close to the tracks, but it's not
yeah,
that
I mean,
close.
people.
But maybe we could get Joe and Cindy, Camerata, too,
Yeah.
because they have a lot of space there.
It's just
on the
people have to be
tracks.
able to work on the building,
Yeah.
so I don't.
And Cindy's a very talented artist. Cindy Camerata.
That would be another one where we'd have to decide how we would present that to the community, and then how we would get art back, like what kind of,
Well, that was a.
If
that
it's
was
on
a-
their private buildings, do you have to
That's a
present it?
private,
Yeah, but there's definitely grants out there for public art on private buildings.
Yeah, because they're both
Murals.
private buildings.
Yeah.
but if it required like an artist to be chosen or something like that, that's what I was thinking. But if they wanted to do their own, I mean, I don't know, they could do whatever, if they
It's
own
a
the
thought. That would
It's a
look
private
really cool,
building, so
coming
I
in
would
on the
think
train,
just the
coming and
owner
going on the
would be-
building.
train.
Yeah,
On
it'd be
Amtrak.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
It's like, there's nothing to do with the town or,
no, what I'm saying
No.
is like, if it was like, they wanted a mural on their building, but then they wanted an artist to be picked. Like,
oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. On Cam's, I'd pick Cindy. She's really good. Have you ever seen their art?
No.
No, Cindy Camerata is really talented.
And would she be interested in being on a ladder painting a 30 by 40 foot?
You never know.
Welcome to Exeter.
You never know until you
mural?
ask.
Okay, all right,
I'm happy to ask her.
okay.
That would be great.
is she the muralist down by the salvage place?
Well, they own Cam's. They own that whole building just beyond. They sold the salvage place
Oh, okay.
to Chris.
Okay, oh, no, yeah, so.
But then
yeah.
their building is that whole building on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'd probably put ladies' dresses and hats.
Yeah.
She sells vintage clothing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know her, yeah.
She's
I've
really
met her
good.
Before, yeah.
she's very talented.
Thank you, Nico.
Bye, Nico.
Thanks, Nico, bye.
But,
Thanks, Nico.
yeah, I know her. I don't think she's going to be getting on scaffolding, but she might coordinate it all.
Yeah, but she might be willing
She
to
could
do it
orchestrate it from-
because she's an artist. Yeah.
No, she's good. She does good murals.
She does a lot of murals and,
Yeah.
And even at this point, if it's just her design and maybe other people.
Right.
Yeah.
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 That would be really cool from the train.
Yeah.
Like Scott said, if you could say, welcome to Exeter, that'd be neat.
We need something, definitely to get it started, for sure.
Yeah.
Need to
I'll call
kickstart.
Cindy tomorrow.
Okay. How do you spell her last name?
CAMMA, wait a minute. She has the coolest vintage clothes.
Yeah, I went in there right after they opened. I was like, whoa.
I don't think we're supposed to be promoting businesses.
There it is.
Yeah.
Arts Commission meeting.
And she's Cindy. Cindy and Joe own it.
All right, thanks, give it
Yep,
much.
you're welcome.
And then we'd already talked about the town hall chairs. The dollies, just using one versus four because of how much space they take up.
Yeah, so the dollies for the meeting here, yeah. There's 4. 1 is assembled. It is huge. There's nowhere to put it. It barely fits through the doors to go into the ticket/concession room. And it does fit in. You can put it in the corner and the room can still be used. But any more than the 1 would take up the whole room. And I don't think 4 would physically fit in.
Can they be returned?
They cannot be returned.
Oh, boy.
Cannot be returned.
Where else could they be used?
The guy with Public Works said maybe at the old
Where?
high school or
Oh, the
something
old
like
high
that,
school.
where the town does
The Tough Gym or something like
elections and
that.
stuff like that. But
Wow.
I don't know.
Do they even have chairs for the Tough Gym?
I don't know.
Because I only go there to vote, so I don't know what they have. Yeah. Because the high school, they don't need it.
No.
They have a beautiful
Auditorium.
theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
What else we got?
Last time we talked also about the empty lot
Oh, well,
on Water Street.
a lot has happened with that.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely come up in the meetings that I attended that having a public art component to the Pocket Park is definitely on the table and potentially part of a design. So I think if we stay hands-on with that and push for that, I think it could become,
and you go to those meetings?
well, there's I believe an ad hoc committee that's in the works that I think is happening. Nico, I think, would have known more than I do, but I think now that we're getting back in motion here, we can be part of that and hopefully throw our hat in the ring to be part of the public art. Be a great place for a sculpture.
Yeah, someone has been in touch with Nico about a committee and what's going on with that.
So they have donated that plot of ground to the town?
Yeah, it was accepted as
So
a
the-
donation and,
So the town owns it right now?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know everybody's going to miss the fence.
I know.
It's really pretty.
I will.
You will? You want to take it to your house?
Yeah. Has a little bit of
Actually,
history.
We turned the fence into public art.
I know.
Yes, yeah. We tried that
We
once.
did that
We
once.
did that.
What about, Bruce, what's going on with the hawk sculpture that you donated?
We, the weather issue, it started turning.
No, I understand that, but is it all in the works?
Everything accepted.
that
We just need Joe Gray, who's the
Joe will move it over?
sculptor. He just needs to get a insurance rider
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
to the town, and
Okay.
then
I thought that
give
was
him some-
submitted.
I don't believe so. No,
Okay, I
I've
thought he did.
Asked him, but
But he'll move it
Yeah.
over, so that's good,
he will.
That's
to make sure
what he
it's
tells me. Yeah.
secure.
Yes.
That's good, good. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
Is there a second sculpture? It looks like I wrote here, there's a location for another sculpture?
He has a sculpture that we talked about way back of maybe at Townhouse that
Oh, yeah, that's right.
that was potentially going to be tied into Indigenous Peoples Day, and then some public works folks were interested in it being potentially in Swayze or potentially on the other side of the river over by the Powder House. And Joe wasn't crazy about that, just because he liked the idea of it being somewhere more
It's more visible.
in town and
Swayze,
more
yeah.
visible and all that. So we were trying to set up a walkthrough with him to just go through Swayze and find out some potential locations that could then be shared or pitched to the Swayze trustees. And
Swayze was more, the trustees were more open to an actual sculpture
right, that was
Yes.
that
to
was
be in the park. Yeah,
bench.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
The second sculpture doesn't resemble a bench, does it?
No.
It is not.
Okay. Let's see.
What else did we have?
Chairs, empty lot. Signage. Nothing else. Nothing else, unless because the public art and the crosswalk stuff's still sort of in limbo. I do have that our Youth Art Month is opening on the 8th of March from 4 to 7 p.m. So that's Friday. So that's Youth Art Month, and that goes until the 30th.
Oh, that's the second Friday thing.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, because that first Friday, all the school
Yeah.
districts are out of town.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Oh, it's end of vacation, right? Okay.
So we'll set up after that, and then we'll have that show up. It'll be 1 week longer, just for some reason, the way the calendar. So that's good. And then musical arts, they have a rock band now, and they're going to perform
Nice.
at the opening.
Oh, nice.
So the 8th is the second Friday, so, there's like the second Friday walk going on with SAA, Keith's and Foundation, and, the other girl that's...
Art by Alyssa, and then there's another new spot in that same building, Avery Art, which is, her name is Lauren Hutton. So there's more spots downtown joining up for
I'm sorry, where are those artists located?
Art by Alyssa, that's in the old Citizens building right on the corner. If you were standing in your office, Florence, and you looked out the window,
Oh, yeah. I know where you mean now.
right over there.
The
Yeah.
old Citizens, all right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I've got posters for that. Are those allowed to just go in? Can I, how do we do posters in this town? Like, do we have to get them approved?
No.
No, you just have to-
if
they have
it's-
to be taken
I
around.
think we got to that point.
Dropped
Anything
off.
that's happening in town hall or in the Parks and Rec has bulletin boards. There's the bulletin board case down here.
I really like the idea of signage out here, though, in front of the town hall, because people don't typically know what's going on. They'll say after the fact, "Oh, I wish I'd known about that," or they'll
I
see
hear it all
something
the
on
time.
social media and say, "Oh, I didn't know that was happening." But when they drive by there, you can't miss it.
Right. Hopefully that'll, do we have to?
I think it'd be great, I hear it all the time, like, we didn't know what's going on. We didn't
Oh, I know, listen.
Because not everybody's tuned into, like, certain websites or
Yeah.
social media or whatever.
Exactly.
But I think, it's going to take a little bit of jumping through hoops to get, like, a neon sign out there or whatever, it's like...
I know, but it also makes everybody's job easier.
Yeah.
You have a digital sign, you don't have to print the poster, you don't have to make it fit, you don't have to send someone out there to do it, you don't, I think if we could come up with some tasteful examples of other places where it's being done, it's hard to say no.
I like it, but,
I'll make a trip to Hillary just to see
it's-
that one.
It's not bad.
Because for the parade, I get this one, big poster done at Staples, and they're hard to put up.
Yeah, it's, the system that's in place is not a good system
Antiquated.
for anybody, not for the
It's
people
antiquated.
doing the events, the people putting up the signs for the town
Yeah.
people.
We want people to know about things
Yeah.
Right.
so they can attend.
And it's not like it's it's not a building. It's not a digital sign that would be affixed to a historic building. I mean,
Right.
It's just a,
It's a standalone.
yeah, it's just a standalone sign, and the town puts those
Those
Oh, with the
Those
ones that were
mobile
voting.
ones everywhere, yeah.
Those are really pretty.
Yeah.
Are you thinking like one that's sort of like programmable, that like just
Yeah,
kind of?
yeah.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
that could show, people can still submit their actual
Here's what's going
their
on this
graphics,
week.
so they
Yeah,
can
right.
actually see the graphics for the posters. The town can put in just straight verbiage and information about
Yeah.
meetings or voting or whatever, and just
Well,
Probably
like that,
Bob could fix,
like that big sign they put up when it's voting, like
Yeah.
on London Street at the corner, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, we got to make sure we vote. But it's just triggers your memory to know you need to do it.
Yeah, maybe by next meeting, because then we'd have to we'd present at the select board meeting, like to really get them going on it. Like,
Right.
hey, this is maybe what it would cost, and here's some towns that do it. We recommend that we move forward on this.
so probably the best thing to do would to get like maybe photos of these other signs in the other communities.
Yeah.
And then we can find out some.
I'll go to Kittery. I'll go to Kittery and get a picture
some
of that.
sort of
Well, let's
like,
I'm not going to
Yeah,
Derry.
let's ask Tony first, because Tony had mentioned
If he's
that
done it, yeah,
he had-
yeah.
was
and
gonna
he's,
look
I
things up.
believe Tony said he had some sort of budget numbers for these things. I could be wrong, but
He did mention numbers, so maybe he did sort of look into it already. Yeah, he hasn't sent me anything, but I'll send him an email and ask him.
because we have to submit it to the select board, right? So if we have photos,
Photos. And,
some sort of budget numbers, get it okayed from them, right? And then move
Yeah,
forward.
well, I think we need to determine, check with Parks and Rec and Exeter TV, and who's really
Who's
the
maintaining it?
best point person to.
Right.
I'm guessing Exeter TV, just because they're already that side and the IT side of updating things.
I think it's a great idea.
You know what we did, we talked about a couple months ago was the website, the town website, being able to find all the forms and
Oh, right.
usability.
Yeah, it just needed to be tweaked a little bit.
And
Yeah.
we were gonna try to meet with Bob. You and I were, actually. So we should,
Yeah, let's just revisit
we'll
that.
revisit that. I'm gonna put that back in. So,
Because I don't look on the website, but if I drive by this sign,
yeah.
then I think, oh yeah, that's going on.
Well, the town website's just not easy to use.
No, yeah, people have mentioned that.
It's not, it's messy. And then I don't like to get on Facebook. There's not really,
You don't like the community forum? The complaint department.
that's it. Unless we want to talk about anything to make sure we have something done for next time, other than what is there anything else new?
Anything new?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is just, so we're doing second Wednesdays now? Is that?
Yeah,
like,
second Wednesdays.
making sure we can get some
Get everyone
momentum
here.
going again, get people here.
Yeah. Second Wednesdays. The next one is the 13th of March. All right, are we adjourned?
I guess the only thing I would
Nope,
say, in
sorry.
case anybody watches the meeting, we're still trying to find more people to fill in some months and some slots at the second floor town hall
Oh.
gallery, just to find some more groups, so
Art
that there's
groups.
always something going on up there. This, like February, nothing was going on up there.
Yeah, that's a good plug. Sorry, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. We need to try to
And-
get people up there.
Town hall is starting to get used again. Pine Street Players was in there doing.
it was nice. It was nice to be back. I do think, honestly, if there had been a marquee and people had been driving by saying like, oh, there's a youth theater production here this weekend, I think there would have been a lot more people.
Right.
It was basically friends and family. you know,
But they're
which most
good.
youth theater is, but these plays, I'm not kidding. The
They're
Almost
good.
Maine, it
Oh,
was
yeah,
one of
they
the
do an
best.
amazing
It was
job.
like
Yeah.
really, really
They're
good.
good,
I
and
know,
their
but-
costumes are
Oh, I know.
amazing.
Yeah, no, and these and
And I didn't know it until I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. And
After
if you're
the
not
fact.
if you're not in that community,
Right.
you know. But I know if I like when my kids were little, I was always looking for something to do on the weekend, and if you could go see
And
it,
the
you'd
kids
see it.
love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it would nullify, in case anybody watches this meeting, I mean, the way that signboard is structured, it's 2-week increments, and it's just like, and if somebody else already has your time or the 2 weeks leading up to your event, you know, then you just
Doesn't-
miss out. And if you're not way ahead of time, and with something like this, then it's just like everybody could get
you can also
in
read
the
it
rotation.
from the road.
Say it again?
You can also read it from the road.
Right.
Yeah,
You don't have
well,
to walk
right.
by it.
There should be enough room that more than one event can be on there.
Well, yeah, or it could
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
flash
yeah.
or cycle through, whatever signs do.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do we have this every other week or just once a month?
Once a
Once a
month.
month.
Okay, once a month, okay.
Yeah, so March.
I think as we
13th is the
move
next
forward
March
and try to
13th.
make that a cultural center, you know,
Yeah.
for, you know, theater, arts, and, you know, having that billboard out there would be huge.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
It's a real community service. It really is.
I think it, you know, utilizing the building so it's not just sitting there. It's, and you know, maybe generate just a little bit of money for the town instead of just like, you know, sitting there
Yeah.
vacant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there could be a small entry submission fee or
Or even a donation bucket. Like if you have something in there and you have something that's like, want to keep having things here, like for the preservation of the town hall, throw in money.
Well, I tell you, the new chairs are a big improvement. Last thing I went to, and I wasn't paralyzed when I left.
They're comfortable.
Oh, and I can't even remember the last time we had an actual meeting here, but we still continue to sell those old chairs, which goes into the
Oh, good.
town hall revolving fund. So
Good.
we've kept them in the second floor gallery up there, so whoever has an art show, they're still there, and we had a show in, what was our last team show up there?
December.
But we sold
No, people like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sold a bunch of them.
Yeah.
$200-300 of chairs for the town.
Oh, I'm happy to volunteer some time up there for the arts, but I don't know anything about anybody's art or about anything.
I could use you for the Youth Art Month show, because we don't.
'Cause I know nothing.
Well, we don't sell anything, you just have to hold, like, we have 2-hour shifts, but I've got 5 slots still open.
I'm happy to help. And
Well,
what do I do when I'm
Florence,
sitting
you
there?
sell real estate. You know that.
Should I sell them parts of the town hall? But what are you doing when you're sitting there? Just watching the art?
Yeah, so normally, like during an art show, the gallery sitters are opening up the place or closing it, whichever shift they're at.
I'm happy to help.
Just saying hi to everyone and greeting them.
Okay, I'm happy to do
It's
He's going to
that.
be
Work sales.
interpreting youth art for everyone.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
he
I
really
mean-
meant.
I don't know.
They do ask questions a lot, like, and then you're just like, I don't know. 'Cause sometimes I do.
I don't know. They're all talented,
Yeah.
every one of
It's
them.
beautiful youth art, yes. Just,
Yes, no, I'm happy to help. Can you send me a schedule that I can
will.
sign up? Okay, great. I'm
Thank
happy
you,
to do
thank you, I
that.
appreciate it.
And I think with a lot of new people that have come to town, I can get you other people because they want to get involved in things.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and I'll be happy to do that.
Send them towards the community fridge too. We're always
Yes.
looking for people to sign
yeah.
up for fridge checks.
To do what with the fridge?
People just check to make sure there's no
There's
food that
food.
shouldn't be in there. Like if it's not labeled, make sure like wipe it down, clean it down. Make sure
Okay.
the temperature's good.
If you send me
I'll send you
please
the sign
something
up.
on that,
Yeah.
I'll help you with that too.
Yep.
Because new people always
It's
want
an
to be
awesome
involved.
way to get involved because it's a
Yeah.
that fridge is insane how much it turns over and how many people
That's
are putting in
great.
and taking out. It's like,
That's great.
it's mind blowing.
That's a good program.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's been really good.
All right,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Third.
Aye.
Aye.
Yay, thank you,
Thank you for
everybody.
tuning in
Well,
to
thanks.
Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.